Blake Production.
What is poppin'? So, we're gonna go over a bunch of different videos, different charts, different breakdowns. We're gonna start off with Bittensor. Super excited about Bittensor and the Tau ecosystem. Follow me on X if you're looking for learning more about the network and news about updates, things like that. I'm going to be posting a lot more about Bittensor. It's caught my interest. Very interesting. Probably the most interesting cryptocurrency in my opinion for those who maybe aren't so privy to it. So we have this like network, right? This Bittensor network built off of, it's basically an artificial intelligence network. Inside of the network is a bunch of different AI related companies. You could say that they're AI models, and each AI model solves different problems. Okay. Each little subnet is a company essentially. Each company has their own AI model, and they solve different problems. It's a collective group of intelligence, and you could basically tap into this network and utilize their tools, their AI tools, the models, to do different things and solve different issues and create different products as well. That's Bittensor in a nutshell. Goes way deeper than that. There's some philosophical, profoundness to it. Similarly to Bitcoin in the sense that like the more you dig deep, it's like, holy cow, this solves so many problems, and it's also so beneficial. And now that we have this like rise of AI agents, this is going to be huge, and the rise of utilizing AI agents as employees and just as tools in general. I think there's going to be a big wave of this coming in the next few years, and now we have Tau, this network where AI agents can utilize more of these tools built on the network. It's a fascinating concept. So instead of digging deep into the fundamentals behind it, let's look into the technicals. I think we have a fascinating chart that will lead us to some, really interesting opportunities. First off, we're going to pull up the line chart. The line chart is super interesting to me because right off the rip, we're on the weekly time frame here, and you can notice that we've been consolidating for a long time. It's been over 2 years of consolidation, right? So over here is January 2024. It's February 2026. So we've been, 2 years below, 2 years at around $221. In that time, we went as high as 690. Well, it depends because we went a little higher than that. We went as high as 800 depending on the wicks. But in terms of the highest close we've had, has been closer to around 707, right? So even though the past 2 years, it's shown that, we actually haven't been able to cross above 200 since we're at 187 right now. Throughout that period of time, we've gone as high as 800, right? So we have this chart shows a lot of consolidation happening over 2 years and forming a pretty bullish pattern. We have this wedge style, kind of like a triangle style pattern happening here, right? So we could highlight that out like this. This is the first major bullish thing from a technical perspective that I see. So the way I think of it, right, you have this you have a phase one big breakout move here. So the stock or cryptocurrency Tau went from low 40s to as high as, again, 800. And then we consolidate for 2 years. And we go sideways in that 2 year period, creating our consolidation phase, the wave 2. And now I think what we're looking for is potentially a wave 3 move, and where that could take us is many different areas. We don't know exactly, but higher is the main thesis, right? So again, from like a technical perspective, this is what we're looking at. A fairly new asset that converges two major industries, cryptocurrencies and AI. And now we have Bittensor, this combination of two major industries, and we have this interesting setup happening. And then there's a bunch of tailwinds happening in the background with AI development, AI, agents. And now we have this marketplace where AI agents could tap into to further increase their capabilities and their intelligence, for the lack of a better term. So Bittensor is such a very fascinating concept and currency, because if AI agents are going to be running on networks like this, and if Tau has established itself as like the main network for AI agents to like utilize and run off of and transact with, then we have a insane setup here. Tau is sitting at $187, and from the technical thesis we've built up, it's nearing the end of a phase 2 consolidation period, which would lead for the next phase to be an expansion move, a wave 3 move, and we have all these kind of catalysts and things lining up for that to happen, right? So I'm trying to position myself for the coming, year, 2, 3, 4 years and further, for what could be, a revolutionary time in technology and crypto. So here we have Bittensor. When we look into this chart, everything seems like it's starting to make more sense. Again, like you start to see, we have this massive breakout move, but as we're consolidating, look at all these volume patterns happening here, right? Massive volume is coming into this as we're consolidating. This is a bullish type of pattern that if you're able to recognize, you can, take advantage of it. Look how many times we act support here. 1, 2, 3, maybe you can count that, 4, 5, 6, 10 wick. On 10 whatever happened in the market, we flushed down, rally back high, and during that period of time, Tau was one of the best reactions in the market, because we flushed and then we rallied very hard. So we ended up consolidating back to fill this wick, and as we've come back into this zone, again, pay attention to the volume, but we come back into this area to fill the wick in a very structured way, right? As we zoom in, you could start to see it. It's not like we just nuked all the way down, right? We had a massive rally. It's not like we just nuked back down. It was kind of a structured, slow bleed, some rallies in between, and then we made our way back down to fill the wick. So there's like a structure happening here. That's not like a bad sign. Again, it's bearish price action, but we're in a massive consolidation period. It's still holding its structure. These are some technical things I really like about it, the looks of it. But other than that, what I'm expecting now is a few different things to potentially happen, right? So we had our first halving in Tau, the first Bittensor halving. You're starting to see, the money being staked into subnets and staked into the ecosystem is increasing. I think we're at like 70+% now. There's a fundamental backdrop and a technical backdrop that's developing here that's very bullish. So we could be entering a great time to be accumulating Tau. I've been calling this like the golden accumulation window for Tau, because if that thesis is correct, that we're close to the end of wave 2, then all of this fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the market that we're experiencing is all just, market theatrics, we'll call it, that we're going to have to deal with before we start to see, major benefits. So I expect to see, bearish headlines in the market, a bunch of FUD, just to suppress prices down for lower. I don't think we can, keep prices of assets like this down for that much longer, especially once people start to realize the profoundness and the value that's being suppressed here, especially with how fast AI is moving. It leaves me to believe, like, who knows what could really happen. I don't want to get too excited, but things in crypto can move fast, and they could move violently fast. I want to be prepared in case something like that were to happen. I'm also prepared to wait this out for the masses to realize that, AI isn't just a little bubble. This is a lot more serious than that. I think it's going to shake up many industries in the coming months, and I'm going to be posting a lot more videos deep diving these topics and how Bittensor is also, revolutionizing AI and many different sectors. from how powerful the intelligence in the network is. So I hope you guys found this valuable. Leave a like, share, and if you're bullish Bittensor, I'm glad that I've joined the community. Hopefully, I could see you, participate with you on X, learn a few things from you, and hopefully, you can learn something from me too. I'm going to be messing around here. I got in that little afro, as you can see. I'm going to be growing this fro as long as I can until either Zcash or Bittensor reach $1,000 a coin. Now that could either happen really quick or that could take a long time. So if you want to participate in this, journey, learning more about Bittensor, Zcash, and other like cryptocurrencies, follow me on the journey. Come talk shit and learn some shit. It should be fun. Peace, guys. See ya.